your business. Okay. We are working on this diamond painting. This is what I'm working on. I'm in my bed, so it is what it is. Y'all gonna have to get over it. Um, I'm thinking about this big ass fan that's in the fucking way. And a lot of cords back up in here, but I'm trying to angle this just right for y'all. No. Just need this to be a little bit more. What I need is a longer cable. Y'all see that? There we go. That should work. This is in here tight. Get it right, get it tight. Let me stop. All right. Oop. Wait a minute now. My fan had turned on. All right. So codes we're working with today. I don't know. Looks like it's wanting. It's wanting F1 or F. I will never get another simple painting again. I know that much. This is crazy. Um, the materials. Let me get those. All right. I need to be charging my laptop. All right. So I've already cut off a little square. Wait, right here. I've already cut off a little square right here. So let's get the diamond painting. I ain't gonna hold y'all for too long. Today I'm gonna try to do this square. I have a little small patch over here that I need to finish. I think I'm gonna finish this one first. So S is number 28. Let's put some number 28 in our diamond holder. Y'all, I'm in my bed. I'm not doing all that today. Um, Working from the table. It's a very awkward position. My table is up against the wall, so I don't have time for that. All right, let's get started. While we do this, we're gonna do a little chat, a little chit chat. You know, um, finding a job is so hard. That's what we're gonna talk about today. It should not be this hard to find a doggone job. And I'm sick of these recruiters that be ghosting. They get it. If you work contracts, you know, if you do contract work, but like the right to represent, first of all, they want you to work contracts with no benefits. And then they're not even paying enough for you to have health insurance. Like for you to pay for your own out of pocket health insurance. Like I literally just had somebody hit me up something, oh, we want you to do technical support for 1850. And I'm like, babes, what am I gonna do with 1850? That's not even covering gas at this point. And they wanted me to go all the way over yonder. So with the price of gas, babes, how's that gonna happen? How am I supposed to pay for groceries if y'all not paying enough? Like what are we talking about? Alright, I think that's it for S. We're gonna leave S and we're gonna end up going over to make sure. Hey, how you doing? Partha. Partha. I'm just gonna call you Partha. We're gonna call you Parth. Okay, baby. I don't know what your name say. That's on. I need y'all to have shorter names for me, baby. All right. We're going to number three. No. Yeah, number three. So symbol three is number 15. So we'll come over here. I'm gonna grab some content from number 15. Anybody who's wondering, I do diamond paintings. I should have some stuff in my bio about this, but I don't. However, you can follow me on here. Make sure you subscribe. I go live Monday through Friday, at least once a day. I'm trying to get on a regular schedule. I don't even need this much. I don't even know why I put that much in there. And I'm waiting for a package today, actually, so I can start another project. Cause baby, as y'all can see, this project. Let me show y'all a little up close. For anybody who's wondering what diamond painting is, you take these. Oop, you take these. Oop, wait a minute now. Some of the diamonds got on there. No, that's the sticky part. It's so ghetto. Anyways, some of the diamonds got on the sticky part, and they're not supposed to be over there. What are y'all? Get up now. You're not supposed to be over there. Get up. Oh my gosh, I can't even use this. I don't know what my tweezers are. What happened to my tweezers? Oh my gosh, this is so ghetto. Anyways, let's move this over. That's so ghetto. Why would you flip over like that? You see me trying to get you off. Stop being an asshole and get out. It almost came up. Oh my gosh. Why is y'all acting up? Y'all know we got company. Sometimes you gotta talk to the diamonds, y'all. Because look, why would you even go on there like that? You don't even belong over here. Why would y'all start acting up? Now that we on camera, now y'all want to act up and do all the most. It's like having children. That's all. Messing with these diamonds is like having kids. When they're on camera, they want to act a plumb fool. Get up from there. You don't get up now. This one refusing, y'all. There we go. Get up. Now my sticky is messed up. You know, messed up the sticky. I can't even see the symbols right because of the glare. Anyways, like I was saying, so acting up. Let's get back to business. So we're working on this section over here. And we're gonna continue with this. But yeah, it should not be this hard to find a job. I don't even remember what I'm talking about like after that. But no. Oh yeah, I have some diamond paintings coming in so I can switch from this because I'm sick of this project. I've been working on this project for months now. And baby, I'm tired. I tired. I don't want to do it no more. This is what I do Monday through Friday. I work on the weekends. But baby, I'm about to be on disability. I'm about to be disabled after I see the company I work for. Um, the amount of companies that don't care, that don't want to give a livable wage is astounding. The cost of living is not matching. Like, babes, to survive here in the state I'm in, baby, you need at least $30 an hour. And I'm down south. And that sounds crazy, like that you need that much, but you do. Groceries is sky high, baby. Okay? Sky high. 5 apples costing $20. What are we talking about? Yeah, the mango cost $6. I'm like, this is crazy. Cereals cost $6 and $7 for 20 ounces of cereal. $6 and $7 for 20 ounces of cereal, y'all. Even the healthy cereal. What was that? Anyways, crazy. I'm about to put this on Do Not Disturb because I don't want to keep hearing that. And y'all in the chat talking about some crap that I don't care about. Anyways, so yeah, now we're gonna go over. Let me zoom in a little bit for y'all. Y'all can see that. All right, it's a little bit better. All right, I don't want to zoom in too much because it start pixelating. So pour those back in our container. Now we need our 3 dots. Our 3 dots is number 18. So we're gonna go over to number 18. But it shouldn't be this hard to find a job. Baby, they got you out here wanting to trap. And if you know, you know. They got you out here wanting to trap. I see why people doing what they doing. I see why people out here scamming, Baby, I understand. I don't blame nobody. I see why people out here doing robocalls. I'm not saying that you should be scamming old people. I will never condone that. But what I am saying is, I can understand why in this economy, baby. It's every man for himself, okay? Every man for himself. When people get mad at that, somebody gonna be mad I said that. But hey, the way the U.S. got us out here starving, baby, I don't blame nobody for the measures they take to feed their family and feed themselves at this point. I'm not telling you to go out there and commit crimes. I'm just saying I understand. That fast money has a way of making people go crazy, and this hunger that's about to happen is about to make people go even crazier. All right, if you're in the U.S., if you know, you know. This man is leading us straight to hell. Hello, hello. Ain't nothing getting done. We ain't got enough food to feed our families. We suffering from a food shortage. Worrying about nuclear warfare. Whether or not we're gonna get, I don't know if you can say blowing up on YouTube, but yeah, we worrying about nuclear warfare. Are they poisoning us through the gas? The gas is now clear here, and people trying to figure out why is the gasoline clear? What's really going on? Why is the gasoline clear? What is really going on? Nobody seems to know or care. And people notice, like, dang, the gasoline ain't got no smell no more. Yep. So hell, they might be poisoning us through the gasoline, y'all. You know how you used to go to so here in the U.S., for anybody who doesn't know, we have gas stations, right? This is just for anybody, for all my international people. We have gas stations. You go to the gas station, you pump your gas, you go to like a convenience store or a little store where you get the little drinks and chips from. You'll go there and then you'll, fill up your gas tank. Well, now people are saying that if you pour the gas out or if some of it comes out, it's not black anymore. Like how it used to be. It's now clear and it should not be clear, y'all. Trust me, it should not be clear. I don't even know why I dumped those out because I need those again. We're going to finish color 18. We're going to add some color 18 over here. In this area, I don't think, can I see that? So besides the working and all of that crap, I got an IT background for over 20 years at this point. So I've been in IT for a long time, but I couldn't find a job in IT after I left one of my last jobs, or I got laid off from one of my last jobs. I was doing a contract for like a year and a half, and then they laid us off after the project was over, and then I could never find a job after that. So I ended up working in a school cafeteria. Now imagine having a bachelor's degree, and you working as the lunch lady. I never in all my life thought I'd be the lunch lady. And you know what? I see what them lunch ladies in high school was dealing with because I worked for a university. And babe, when I tell you them kids are so disrespectful. One of the kids came up in my line talking about something. Well, what if I was to just dump, like basically fix his plate and then flip it over so somebody would have to clean it up? Why would you do that? This what they be saying when they say you Americans. That's exactly what they be talking about. This entitlement, y'all doing what y'all want. And he, of course, he was white. Y'all knew he was white. Y'all knew he was white. Come from my line. That actually no, I think he was black. Was he black or was he white? He might have been. He might have been about Rachel. When I say about Rachel, I mean his mama was white. His daddy was black. Um, because your mama black, you're not coming to nobody's line with that foolishness. You're not. But privileged black kids be trying to do that stuff too. So there's that. But baby, I told him, I said, you can do that if you want to. I said, baby, you're gonna get up out this line and you're gonna be banned from the cafeteria. You're gonna be starving the whole year while you in school. Cause I wish you would flip this. He literally was saying like, bro, what if I fix this plate and I just flip it over? I just spill this everywhere. So somebody else can clean it up for you. That's rude. That's disrespectful, and it will be considered some type of abuse according to the school. And baby, you won't be eating a meal for the rest of the year. You'll be buying your lunch. You'll be buying your 3 meals a day, or you'll be ordering from the little robots. I used to work for UNCC, y'all. If anybody don't know, that's University of North Carolina, Charlotte. So I used to work for them. I would travel from where I'm at, go there. Them kids are bad. Them kids didn't care about nothing. Them kids is partying. Like, campus is amazing. The campus is really nice, I'm not gonna lie. But baby, the people that was there that was doing the right thing was the Indian students. Everybody else was there playing. The white kids, the black kids, everybody else y'all was playing. Americans was playing while the exchange students or the kids that came from India or they moved from California to North Carolina, that's the people that was doing what they were supposed to do. Everybody else playing, wasting their mom and daddy money. Their mom and daddy done paid for them to go to that school and they sitting there playing. Now the adults, like grad school, of course they're doing what they're supposed to do. But everybody else, child, they didn't care. They was wasting that money. They ain't spending the money. They going there. They having parties, y'all. The kickbacks was crazy. Ask me how I know. They would come into. I used to work till like 8 o'clock at night, and they still be wandering around campus talking about some. They but oh yeah, we about to go to a party. Oh, okay, y'all have fun. Make sure you watch your drinks. Cause there ain't nothing for somebody to drug you. You know how they do. I don't think I can say that on YouTube, but you know. I don't know what I can say on here to be honest. I haven't been live for a long time. This channel actually went extinct a long time ago. I actually started this channel as a crypto channel back in like 2015. I was doing crypto tutorials, and that's how I actually got all my subscribers. I used to do crypto tutorials, and then I actually gained subscribers because I used to do Bigo videos on here. It's actually how I got it in the past couple of years. But then I left the Bigo platform because it was very harmful to my mental health and to everybody mental health who on there. People started going crazy and stuff, and you know, it just became about the money. And I tell you, the stuff people used to do for money on there is wild. The top broadcasters is all coked out. You know, this live is not for children. If you a kid, get up off my live. I'm just saying. Um, but yeah, baby, when I tell you that platform is crazy, that platform is crazy, and I do not recommend nobody go to that. I used to make videos telling people to go to it because I was a recruiter and I also was an agency owner on Bigo at one point. Oh, not a three. No, we got a three, y'all. What's that? That is not supposed to be like that. A manufacturing error is what it is. It's a manufacturing error. I want my money back. I want a refund. Let me stop. I got this from Hobby Lobby though. For anybody wanting to get into this craft, this is a vacuum pen. For anybody wondering what I'm using, it's a vacuum pen. Cool Peacock. Thank you, Par. Mickey videos. This. I don't know what you're talking about. But I thought about getting my tablet and watching the comments from my tablet on my other page. But that's doing too much work. Y'all just gonna listen to me vent and watch me do the work. Okay, I ain't got time for this. Anyways, so yeah, when I used to work at that school, them kids used to be very disrespectful. At the time that I was working at the school, I was also, like I said, doing Bigo. I was an agency owner on Bigo. I was pushing Bigo to people because I was making money on there. I was making about 500 a month, but you're usually just getting the money that you put in. So basically, you be using the platform as a savings account, but they lock your money up so you can't touch it. So people would be trading on Bigo. They basically send money to each other so that they can reach their quota for the month. There's something called a quota on Bigo, and they send money to each other so they can reach their quota for the month. But you only get in what you get out, and a little bit of bonus that you get, if you can get a bonus, it's not worth it. The math ain't mathing. Unless you have a ton of money to invest into the platform, you ain't gonna be making no money. Like the white people on there, they got money to waste. They got money to throw away. Some of the top agencies are white on there. The platform is for white people. I'm sorry. It's a lot of black folks on there who be struggling to hit their quota. And some of them do have, like, if you have fans from other platforms, it makes sense to be on there. But if you don't, there's no point in you trying to be on there. All right. So we're done with that color. I think. Oh, I forgot. I forgot a spot. Let's put this last one on here. Let's see. Right there. There we go. But yeah, people just very disrespectful, very distasteful, rude, and disrespectful. And I believe that some people just didn't grow up with whoopings. I believe some people don't grow up with discipline. Cause my mom taught me you don't go up in nobody, especially the cafeteria. The people that's feeding you. Why would you mess? Down south, we have a saying: you don't mess with people who fix your food. They can spit in your food, anything. You do not mess with people who fixing your food. They can spit in your food, anything. I ain't nobody doing that at a university. But just even restaurant wise, you don't cross somebody at a restaurant or treat a waiter or a waitress any type of way because they will spit in your food. Then what? You sit here eating their DNA and they just watching you eat it. Like Whoopi Goldberg spitting that food for in the color purple. That's what they do to your food, baby. All right. Number two is going to be 310. That is a dark green. So let's get into that. Now this dark green look like a black. I'm not gonna hold y'all. When you hold a light to it, it look like black too. I don't know where they got thinking that this was a dark green. It definitely is not. But I think actually 310 is actually black, actually. I don't know why I have it as dark green on here. It's kind of weird. Anyways, if y'all are trying to get into this hobby, like I said, y'all can go to Hobby Lobby. You can go to Michael's. I specifically got this canvas from Hobby Lobby. You can get them off Temu too. Temu is way dirt cheap to get these canvases. Y'all be paying all this money on TikTok Shop. They be paying like $30, 15, $16 to get this. And if you take that $16 to Temu, you can get by 10 canvases. Not these types, because this is a different type. So just so y'all can see. Ooh, just so y'all can see, this is a canvas already pre-made. So yeah. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get into the black color and continue my little rant. Now, another thing that's bothering me is this Meg Thee Stallion stuff. Now, everybody talking about, oh, Meg Thee Stallion, and how could you do Meg like this, Clay? How could you do Meg like this? It is just like, baby, that girl's grown. Yes, she's going through a lot right now, but Clay wasn't ish anyway. I'm sorry. Didn't he cheat on all his exes, like every ex that he had? But what happens is women will see this pattern with men. Mind you, he's a public figure. He's an athlete. You can see his dating history for what it was. I'm sorry. If you fumbled Coco Jones, the singer, who's the sweetest girl, you can just tell from interviews, she's just so sweet. If you fumbled Coco Jones, baby, you ain't nothing. You ain't ish. You are not ish. If you cheated on Coco Jones, of all people, we already knew you wasn't ish. But you have women out here who think that they different. And Megan thought that she was different. That boy didn't have to do her like that though. He ain't had to do her like that. That whole letting her meet the family and oh you can come meet my family and you can cook Thanksgiving dinner for my entire family for my white mother like crazy. Cause you know Clay Thomas he's about Rachel. His mama is white and his daddy is black. And I told y'all it's something wrong with people like that. It's nobody asked to be brought into this world. It's just something wrong. Rachel's they have problems. They have identity crisis, and biracials be having a lot of issues going on. I've encountered several of them. I've befriended some of them. They have problems. But when your mama black, let me tell you something. There's a difference in how a white mother raises her children versus how a black mother raises her children down south. That's all I'm saying. Somebody gonna feel this type of way that, I didn't make up the name by Rachel. Jessie Woo did. Okay? You got a problem with it, take it to Jessie Woo page and express how you don't like her calling biracial people with white moms biracials. Okay? That's where I got that term from. Somebody gonna get mad at that? I personally don't care. It is what it is. All right, let's move on to the next color. So now we have a little bit of red we need to do up in here. And so we're gonna do a little bit of red. Make sure y'all thumbs up. Make sure y'all subscribe if y'all interested in this content and my little rants. Be my guest. Be my guest. Like they said on the little Disney show, or Disney movie. Let's see. So number 17 is a triangle. So we're gonna go to number 17, which also look black, but really it's a dark blue. Um, it's like a dark navy color. We're gonna do our triangles. I just feel like people need to celebrities when it comes down to it. I mean, Meg Thee Stallion was proud to be with that man, but the fact that he cheated, I was like, baby, all athletes. I'm sorry, like you should know what you. It's an athlete. Like, you should know what you. We thought she was being treated like a queen. She talking about some. This dude was raging out because he wasn't winning no games or whatever during his season. He had mood swings and stuff, and it's just like you was dealing with all that, sis. Like, let's be real. People identify with Meg Thee Stallion not because she twerks, not because Meg Thee Stallion is essentially the girl next door. She is. She's the girl next door. For anybody who doesn't understand that reference, the girl next door is the girl who you grew up with, who you went to high school with, who you grew up with, who you overlook constantly. She's a good girl, she's a smart girl, she's intelligent, but you overlooked her because she was like a nerd. So for anybody who don't know, Meg Thee Stallion look exactly how she looked now when she was like 16, 17. There's a picture of her that was going around the internet. She looked exactly the same. Like body, everything. Exactly the same. Now, the difference was she was like a blurred. So dudes will overlook her. Her personality was the same. I would say for the most part, the industry didn't really change Meg Thee Stallion. I'm pretty sure some extra stuff she had to do. But for the most part, it didn't really change her personality, if that makes sense. So part of the problem is when these people get into the industry, they be willing to sell their soul. Now, I'm not saying that Meg Thee Stallion did that. I don't know what that lady done behind the scenes. I'm just saying what I know. Okay? As somebody who got cousins in the industry, people do be trying to sell their soul for $1. And then if you're not willing to do that, then that drain your bank account. Anyways, I'm talking a little bit much. We're gonna leave that there on that note. But yeah, people be willing to do stuff they normally wouldn't do for money, and that is selling their soul. A lot of people think you gotta sign your name on a dotted line. You ain't gotta sign your name on a dotted line of blood. It don't take all that. You ain't gotta have an affidavit to the devil for your soul. You just gotta do stuff you normally wouldn't do for money. Look at Zeus. Look at Zeus Network. And Jocelyn Hernandez coming out talking about some. She felt like Lemmy trying to unalive her or whatever. She said she felt like Lemmy is coming from her. He's sending people her way. She said he's trying to unalive her, and I believe Jocelyn Hernandez because remember Krishan Rock came out saying all this stuff, and y'all called her crazy when Krishan Rock came out saying that Zeus Network was demonic, and I mean it's called Zeus Network, babes. It's called Zeus Network, but okay. Um, for anybody who don't know, Zeus Network is a ghetto network. Um, that's owned by or ran by this dude named Lemmy. And so Jocelyn Hernandez is making allegations that Lemmy was abusive to his this girl who he was dating. That not only was he abusive, but he was cheating on her. He was a habitual cheater while this girl was pregnant. That he was whooping her and beating her and basically her handler. So for anybody who doesn't know what a handler is somebody who basically controls everything you do, but they basically keep you in line, right? For instance, Wendy Williams' handler, for anybody who knows who Wendy Williams is, her handler was that white lady who put her in that conservatorship. That's who her handler was. And so when her son and her husband left her high and dry, after she spent practically her whole life making money so they could eat properly today, and all the sacrifice she did and the endless Wendy Williams used to work every single day, y'all. Every single day. When she was doing the Wendy Williams show, she filmed every day. Until she had that little remember she was wearing that why was I about to say Star Spangled Banner? That is not right. She was wearing the what's that little Statue of Liberty? Yeah, she was wearing the Statue of Liberty outfit, and ever since she passed out, nothing was the same. They claimed she was fine and she came back, but it just nothing was ever the same for her after that. It's like they gave her MK Ultra or something. Speaking of MK Ultra, do y'all remember the GATE program when we was kids? Now Americans know exactly what I'm talking about. Back in the day, there was something called the GATE program, and it was a CIA program where they used to come into classes without parents' permission and pull kids out of class. I was one of those kids that they pulled out of class. And it took them about one time. They tried to put me in the dark and have me look at a projector in the dark. And baby, I fell asleep. And they was like, "Oh, this ain't one of those." But they were checking for children's abilities or to see if children had special abilities, basically. So they have you look at like this parachute. It was like a parachute with a elephant attached to it. And they'd be like, "What do you see?" And they ask you questions. They have you listen to strange sounds. It was very creepy. But I think that all the kids or all the now adults who go to Mall World, I think they're going to Mall World because they may have been part of this gate program experiment that happened. Now somebody gonna say, "Oh, that didn't exist, baby." If you go to CIA.gov, okay, and they clearly talk about what the gate program was, and it was supposed to be a gifted intellectual. That's what they named it. But that ain't what that program was, baby. They was trying to figure out what kids got superpowers or what kids have extra abilities. That's what they was trying to do. All right, so let's go ahead and go here. Let's go to A, A. There's another A right here. But yeah, they used to pull you out of class and stuff, and basically do these experiments on you without your parents' permission. Um, and I think it caused like a form of memory loss for the kids who participated. Because I definitely have horrible memory now. I feel like they low key wiped your memory. They used to give you this pink drink or whatever for you to drink, and for some kids, it looks like that pink drink looked like well, we used to take that medicine for your stomach. Um, that's what that pink drink looked like to us. So they had you drinking. It was nasty. And then they start asking you questions or whatever. Nobody knows what was in that pink drink, y'all. But they was definitely having that drink. Now, if you go on TikTok, you'll see all these stories, or even here on YouTube, you'll see all these stories about the gate program. I'm telling y'all, I'm not lying. There was actual experiments that they were doing on kids without the parents' permission. And I mean, duh, because what parents gonna consent to you taking their child into a dark room and doing experiments on them? So, if y'all remember Stranger Things and how 11 was in them rooms and stuff, I feel like some of them kids who had abilities like special abilities, I feel like they did them like how they did 11 on Stranger Things. Put them in a room together, doing all these odd experiments on them. I feel like it's some kids somewhere who grew into adults and they wiped their memory, but they did eventually release them back into society. But I feel like they wiped their memory and they did experiments on them. So the kids who actually were highly intelligent, I feel like they got CPS involved. They kidnapped them kids, and this is just what I feel. This is not facts. This is educational purposes only, or entertainment purposes only. But allegedly, I feel like they kidnapped them kids, took them out their homes, claimed their parents were unfit parents, especially if they was black, and then they put those kids in like almost like an internment camp almost, and did experiments on them for years to basically see their abilities. Like there should be no reason why we all dream in the mall world. I'm just saying there should not be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people who, and then we're all remembering this stuff at the same time, which is also creepy. Like there should not be a whole bunch of us having the same dream in the same place. Like a girl made a map of Mall World, and I've been in Mall World several times. But then again, it could be it's just a coincidence because all of us or American kids mostly went to the mall as teenagers, right? We went to the mall to go shopping. That's where you get your clothes from. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like it's a shift. It's a shift or something. I feel like it's a glitch. It's a glitch in the algorithm or something when it comes to this mall world crap. All right, so we're done with the letter N. So we're going to go ahead and do number 7. And number 7 is the letter E. The letter E, actually, number 7 is number 16, which is a light pink. I'm sure y'all can see this. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, do the number 7. I should be done with this canvas within the next couple months, or within the next 2 months. It's taking me a long time. It's probably gonna take me longer than that, honestly. Because once I get my new projects in, I'm about to stop doing this one. If it ain't done, it ain't done. I'm just ready to get it done so I can hang it up on my wall. So that's 7. We got 2 more 7s. What I'm using, for anybody who's wondering, is a vacuum pen. Traditionally, people, when you buy these canvases, they come with the diamonds and a wax pen, but I don't like wax pens. It's too much work. You have to stop and make sure the wax is in the you have to stop and make sure the wax is in the hole and stuff. It's too much work. This is my first vacuum pen. I purchased it from Art Dot and I received it last Thursday. Make sure y'all thumbs up this live, interact, talk in the comments if you want amongst yourselves. Make sure you subscribe, leave a comment, and like, because your girl trying to get monetized. Okay? All right, we're going to move on to the next color. The next color will be J. We're just going to focus on this area right now. I did not know I did not have no paper on this area. Let's do J, which is number 19. Put a little bit of J up in here. All right. So one thing about when you make a mistake on these canvases, when you pick them up, the residue will still stay on them, and they will start to stick together like how these are doing. It's very aggravating. I just have a small roll of J though, so I really don't need this much. I think I have one line. I think this might be it. No, I got 4 more. So I think I like canvases with light backgrounds. Canvases with dark backgrounds are very hard to see. And like how you can see the circles around each thing, you can't see that with the other ones. I think I might take this square off. Let's go ahead and lift up this square again. I already lifted it up. This is technically supposed to be working on right now. It's so hard to pull up. The adhesive on this canvas is very strong. I will say that. All right. I'm gonna need more of this green because what I got is a whole bunch of diamonds that stuck together. You want to shake it to get them to lay flat. And then we have some J's up in this area we need to do. But this is rechargeable. You just charge it up. Um, you charge it up and then use it. And the battery lasts for a long time, actually. So we'll go to J next. It's a very light sound. I wish the suction was a little bit better on this, seeing as I've seen some on TikTok that have a very better suction for the same price. About $30. I paid $30 for this one. There's ones up for tip.